Welcome back, everybody. Today we got something special today. Instead of the go-kart, we're going to be working on a toothbrush holder. And why I found this on Etsy. She said, why don't you make one of these for us? I was like, sure. Let me see if I got some stuff. So I came up with a few things. Found a nice piece of shiplap from a 100-year-old house. Got 3 mason jars. Couple of those hose clamps, some spray paint. Now she picked out the spray paint, so we're gonna see how it goes. I think it'll stick to glass. It says plastic, metal, wood, more. Probably stick to your hands too. And I got some fasteners. They're self-tappers. They should stick in the wood. We'll see how it goes. If not, we'll find something else. But anyways, we'll start with, I'm going to spray the inside of these jars with a little bit of spray paint and coat the inside of it and look pretty fancy, I think. Well, that's how it looked like they did in the web page that she showed me. Oh, let's give it a shot. Just a little spray, not too heavy. And hey, that looks pretty fancy. So let's go on to our next jar. Now I'll probably end up running a little bit when it dries. That'll be alright. Give it a little character anyways. There's number 2. And I'm not too worried about getting spray paint on my little workbench. It's well used. And we'll probably put a little bit more down there. We want it nice and covered. There we go. That looks good. Alright, get this out of the way. We'll let these sit. Let them dry for a minute. And we're going to prepare our wood. Now this is some aged wood. Now it's sat in a house for well over 100 years. And I just cut off a few pieces. Actually, I just cut it off on that end right there. As you can tell. You can see where it's been cut. And they used to nail the wallpaper onto the wall. So you get these little nails in there. Now, we're not going to integrate this into the design today, but it does make pretty good look on the wood. This table's made from that same shiplap. Go over it a little bit and see it shine up a little bit and see those little different size tacks in there. I think that looks cool, but you know. So right now I'm going to just clean this up just a little bit, since it's, you know, old and dusty. I ain't going to go too far on the edges there. Give me just a second to get a paper towel. Clean this off right quick and see how she looks. You can see all where they cut it at the sawmill. It's got those little notches in there. And it's got a nice feel to it. It's not going to splinter you when you run over it now. Earlier, you probably could have snagged it on your finger a little bit. Got a few screw holes in there. That'll probably be covered up here in a minute. Now I'm just going to go over this just a little bit with some of this clear coat and just lock in. You'll see it pop with a little bit better color. It'll be darker and richer. Bring out those rings in the wood. Almost like you cover it with polyurethane too and make it more waterproof. I just do this. It's quick and easy and it looks really good. And it gives it a natural dark color I really like compared to the other side. Now I could spray it on that side, but it's going to be up against the wall. So we'll let that cool off for a minute. And we'll go ahead and get our hose clamps ready. Now this one I already got about ready anyways. But what I want to do is I want to have all the screws facing in one direction where I can reach them with a screwdriver pretty easy. That makes it a little sticky on the table. So we take our little fasteners, get us a little hole started out. Now if you don't want to get this, accidentally get it screwed through your table, get you a scrap piece of lumber and put up there and do it. Like so. That's a nice yucky piece. Always got yucky wood. Alright. So it's going to sit pretty much like this on our board. And all we're going to do is take this little self-tapper. Yeah, we may have to improvise here. Might have to put a little punch in it. We'll see. Sure don't want to stick in there, does it? Nope. Can you see? Hold just a second. We'll put a little notch in the metal there. That. Use a little hammer. That didn't work. They get a bigger net. That's not going to work. Just a second, folks. We'll see if that works. Well, it'd be nice if these stuck in there. Maybe I should have pre-punched these. Give it a little pressure and see how it goes. Go with the drill bit then. Let's overkill it. This ain't gonna work either. You'll be able to edit this, won't you? That ain't gonna work. You can pause it. Let me get me a little hole started. Who knew these things were that stout? Do you believe that? I just want to make a nick in it so I can stay still. It's gotta be so complicated. Made that out of titanium, I'm sure. If you need to start a fire, then you got a power drill available. That's gonna be hot as hell. You know, sad I don't have a small drill bit. Or we could use that. This is good. Greg, them self-tappers suck, man. You stopped recording, didn't you? Let's tap. He's out.
You haven't tried it yet. Not tried it.
We're counting on it. Okay, so we're having a lot of fun trying to put these screws in through here, and just about caught the board on fire. Let's try it again. Yeah, I went through that time. What? Let's tell you what happened. Sucker started smoking like crazy, but that looked like fun. Woo! Whoops. Yeah, it'll work. So anyways, we try to get a hole in each one of these and get these self-tappers started. Because they're fun. They'll also tear things up again. Almost caught the wood on fire. That's probably going to definitely hold a mason jar. And one thing I didn't account for these is being a hex head. So we're not going to be able to use these. we'll have to use regular screws. But we got our hole started anyway, so that was a major part. If we can get them out.
Show them the pointy screw.
Yeah. We made a pointy screw. If I can find it. It's gone, Greg. Pointy screw is gone. Did that get you tough?
Yeah.
First you don't succeed, try again. I'm gonna put your heads in skills to work today, son. To use a wrench to get it out. Did you show him the pointy screw? All right. Let's start recording. Well, no, I gotta get this one out. You can pause it. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. We had to take a little break because I was getting a little... Well, Greg's going to show some bloopers at the end. We had a little tough time trying to get a hole inside and these hose clamps. Okay, now, we measured out this piece of wood be about 23 inches. So we're going to go about halfway, about 11 and a half. And we're going to put it about, you know, start our measurements out about halfway. I'm going to say roughly 11, just because it's not an even cut piece of wood, but we're going to start with 11 inches. And then we're going to go about 7 inches apart and put each hose clamp about 7 inches apart. And that lines up about where those screws are, those screw holes are. We ain't going to try to put them inside those screw holes because we want this to be as tight as possible. So we're going to go ahead and put our hose clamps in. Hopefully it goes smoother than putting the hole in the hose clamps. And I got some flat screws because the other ones have a hex head on top. So that ain't going to fit too good up against these jars. We want them nice and snug. And I got all my hose clamps, they're going to face this way. It'd be easier to tighten them up. And it'll look good. And nobody's going to see the little Sharpie marks I made on there, because the hose clamps in the jars are going to cover that up. That's a good fit there. One more. And this is going to keep the wife happy. Happy wife, a happy life. I like to hear that. Because it's going to make her bathroom look a little bit prettier. Might put flowers in one of them and put the toothbrushes in the other. Now we can just get our mason jars in there. I'll have to loosen that one up. You might want to get it where it says ball. I don't really care. She might. I don't know. Paint's still a little wet inside the jars too. Let me get a flathead screwdriver. Loosen this up a little bit. And I got all these hose clamps off of just a car that I had. It's broke down. Don't have it no more. And we're just gonna make these a little tight, snug. They ain't gotta be bolted down like gonna be a hurricane or something, but they should hold up just fine. And there you go. Mount that on the wall with a couple of where the studs are. Throw your toothbrushes in. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And hit that bell notification. That way when we upload another video, you can see it. And enjoy the bloopers at the end. Thank you, everybody. Bye.